Heidi?
Our camera's broken.
Pardon?
Camera just
Our
died.
camera's not working. Like, you guys are giving us one.
Can they wait?
I don't know if they're willing to.
How long will it take?
I don't know. You guys are providing us with the camera. I don't know how far he is. Can't wait. Okay, it's okay. It's fine.
Heidi? Yes. You just needed to let us early, but then I would have shifted it. But now
We just realized now.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay. All right. Colleagues, I am ready to get started. All right. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, members of the media. On the occasion of a special National Executive Committee of the ANC, which starts today, the Secretary General, Comrade Fikile Mbalula, will just speak to you a little bit about what is going to be entailed in the National Executive Committee meeting. Over to you, SG.
Thank you very much and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the media. We have gathered here today for a special meeting of the National Executive Committee of the African National Congress. The National Executive Committee have decided at some point when we were having our 6-day meeting that we need to convene this important meeting to deal with two things. Deal with matters related to Integrity Commission, finalize cases that have been referred to the National Executive Committee by Integrity Commission that affect different comrades. The second part is to deal with an analysis of the state of organization and adopt a program of rebuilding the African National Congress. So those are items for this meeting. And on Monday, we will have a political education foundational course launch of the ANC. A lot of work has gone into this. So that is part and parcel of the renewal agenda. On Sunday in the morning, we will attend the wreath laying of Comrade Oliver Tambo. And then we'll also, on Sunday evening, the President will deliver a lecture on the life and times of Comrade O.R. Tambo. So those are the items for the National Executive Committee meeting of the ANC, which will start any time from now.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Comrade SG. We will do a Q&A. We'll start this side, newsroom.
Junior Kumaro from Newsroom Africa SG. Just a few minutes ago, we saw the former Premier of KZN, Willis Mkhonto, basically joining the MK party and becoming their KZN convener. We saw how badly the ANC performed in KZN during the national and provincial elections. Do you foresee a scenario where the ANC is going to lose more ground given this development that just happened? And also just a comment on the former president again. He just announced that he is still a member of the ANC. We know that the ANC has expelled the former president. Such utterances, do they confuse the electorate when he keeps saying that he's a member of the ANC, but he also encourages them to vote for MK party? Thank you.
First and foremost, Ubaba uMkhonto have made his decision and to leave the ANC, and we wish him well in his endeavor. Just on the agenda of rebuilding the ANC, the question about how the ANC will perform going forward will be answered by the rebuilding program that we are going to adopt here, roll out throughout the country. Jacob Zuma remained expelled in the ANC, and he has appealed, and his appeal has been processed, but he's an expelled member in the ANC. So he's not a member of the African National Congress, as it were. So I wish to pause there.
Thank you. I will go this way, Amanda, and then Tando.
SG, Amanda Koza from News 24. I'd like your comment on the utterances made by John Steenhuisen, where he basically condemned or rejected the statements made by the president in BRICS, and also how do you plan to manage these policy differences where the political party is dictating to the state president on how to handle matters?
We are in uncharted waters. We equally reject what he rejects as the ANC. DA has got a clear policy as a party, and for them to implement their policies, they must win outright majority in this country and govern on their own. The ANC is the largest party, and we are leading in relation to the GNU. And throwing tantrums and raising issues, well, of course, is to be expected. And we are not fazed by that. The ANC policy and the foreign policy of this country is not changed. And if they can manage to change that within the framework of the GNU, let them try. But I don't think they will win the light of day. So those utterances he made, we reject them. And as the African National Congress, the president leads government, and he represents this population, and guided by the foreign policy, and they participate within BRICS. So there is nothing untoward about what the president said in terms of Russia being the ally of South Africa, and that's it. That's where it starts and ends. So we must expect this from time to time, but all we can say is that for you to make such pronouncements and the fact that things can change for the better, you know that you must then govern on your own and then win the elections, and then to be able to set your own agenda that we don't want this, we want that, and all of that, they are free to do as a party. So we are not faced by political parties raising issues from time to time and all of that, but equally they must understand that they must respect the decorum of government in terms of how government operates, and that is what is important.
Thank you very much. I'll take Business Day.
My name is Tandamai from Business Day. SG, at government level, there's a clearinghouse to work out disputes. Where is that process at political party level? Because my understanding is that it will be duplicated just to work out these things of foreign policy and other disputes at a political party level within the GNU. And then you mentioned that former President Jacob Zuma is expelled, but he has appealed. When did he file his appeal? And if you can just let us know on which basis does he say that his expulsion should be revoked?
No, he's expelled. He has appealed exactly within the prescription of the Constitution. So we are not entertaining that. That matter is with the NTCA, is dealing with that matter with him. And so that is not an issue. Jacob Zuma is just confusing himself, and at the same time, and the general populace. But he does that because there's a mileage he's scoring out of that. Because the MK party, it's a project. It's not an organization. It's a project, and it will remain as such. For the party, they were toiling, mobilizing on the ground. He has chucked them out to show that it is a project. He has chucked them out. He has brought in his friends who never campaigned for MK party and all of that. So he must build this party. We will be concerned with our own business. We understand that it's not an organization, it's a project. And its objectives, we understand them. It's basically to undermine and weaken the leadership of the ANC. And that is what that project is about. And that's what they want to actually achieve. So we are very much focused on the task of building the ANC and so on. And that is why we gather here to do that, to do exactly that. And from here onwards, you will see our work is focused on rebuilding the party and strengthening the party. With regard to the clearinghouse, it is going well. Deputy President will brief us. It is not clear on our part whether we need to create an independent structure from what the Deputy President has been assigned to do. We don't believe so. We think that key leaders of political parties must serve in the clearinghouse, whether they are in government or not, so that we can put issues on the table. And then that's what we need as the ANC. We have actually proposed that the Deputy President must propose to all political parties as and when they meet. So in the next coming weeks, I think this will take shape, and there will be clear direction as to who sits in that clearinghouse and so on. And that is what is important for us.
SABC?
It's Natasha Free here from SABC. Mr. Mbalula, I just want your reaction on the election of Fikile as the mayor of uMkhonto City. Furthermore, please react to what is happening in Mozambique, the Mozambican elections, and the upcoming elections in Botswana.
Well, we support the outcome of the election in Mozambique. We send an observer mission. We congratulate Daniel Chapo, the leader of Frelimo Party, which is an ally of the African National Congress. 54% is not a child's play. They did very well. We note that those who have lost have made claims. But the Mozambican people will settle their own issues within the framework of the Mozambican constitution. So for us, we're there to observe, and we are happy about the outcome of the election. We believe the elections were free and fair as the ANC, and we congratulate the Mozambican people for a successful elections outcome. We're looking forward to Botswana, BDP, also part of the liberation movement. There's election there, and we wish them well in terms of the elections in Botswana. And we are very much looking forward to the progressive forces emerging victorious in Botswana. With regard to uMkhonto City, I mean, we are fine with the outcome. We'll get a report today about that outcome. So we have been dealing with these matters in the context of the coalitions of the ANC, so there's no surprises there. So we're working with all other parties to bring about stability at local government level, and to ensure that we deliver for the people of South Africa and make local government work for all citizens.
I'm going to take the last hand. If there's missed any hand, I think we're done, then I don't see any of the colleagues that wish to speak. With that, colleagues, draw your attention to the advisory in respect of follow-up press briefings that are going to be issue-based. Thank you very much, SG.